am a sucker for a good witchy tale, especially one that is very well done. I just finished Slewfoot by Brome. Let's talk about it. This book surprised me a little bit. I think in the first like quarter or one third of the book, I thought I had a good grasp on what the direction this book was headed in, and it did not head in that direction. That is not what happened, which honestly was a pleasant surprise. There was a little bit of a disconnect that I felt between, I would say, the secondary plot and the main plot. It felt like there was almost two different stories happening at once, and I kind of found myself wondering a little bit, like, okay, now how is this gonna play out? How are they gonna tie into each other? But eventually, as more was revealed, I'd say the author kind of blended those two quite nicely. The ending was way more epic and way more action packed than I thought it was going to be. The setting of the story was during the Puritan days, where just the mere mention of witchcraft could put like many lives in danger. And I think that's kind of why I felt like I knew where this was headed. But even though this is a very common theme for witchy books, the story in itself was quite unique. The more you read, the more magical and whimsical this story becomes. This was a very dark fantasy, but not so dark to be scary because I don't do scary. You know what this was like? This is kind of like a cozy horror fiction, if that makes sense. There's also lots of magic and elements of the occult. All in all, I very much enjoyed this read. Highly recommend. Let me know in my comments how many of you have read this book and what did you think of it?